Damn it, if we're going to play it, we might as well cap it. Whatever.
No, we can't.
Well, no, I'll just cap later.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Speaking of caps, welcome to the Inside Gaming Capcast for September 11th, 2014. It's a podcast, what? Hey,
It's called a podcast.
Hey.
Ask your question.
Don't ask questions unless it's my question that I'm asking to you. Episode 24 for September 11th, 2014.
Yeah.
Adam, my question to you is, did you forget?
Did I forget what?
You did.
He did.
Never forget.
He did never forget.
Never forget.
What did I forget?
Never forget
Never
to order
forget.
a delicious box of tasty treats from Nature Box.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No. No. No, Adam. Never forget September 11th.
Oh.
Never forget.
Stop trying to sign into PSN and. Jeez.
At any rate, the Inside Gaming Podcast is brought to you by Nature Box.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well
And
done.
actually, we have a new promotion this week, so gather around.
Ooh, okay. Well, we already are.
We invite you to try Nature Box for free with a sampler box featuring 5 of their most favorite snacks.
What are they?
They didn't say.
Oh, man.
But if I were to guess,
I love those names.
Blueberry Burster Blam Blams are probably in there.
Crumble Yum Yums?
Mexicana
Oh,
Mongos.
those are good.
Mongos, not mangoes.
That's a real one. Mexicana Mongos.
Puerto Rican pecan.
Puerto Rican pecans.
Yep.
Cranberry
the,
Crush.
The Jimmy Jam Jams.
Have you
Yes.
talked to them yet about taking our suggestions
No.
for? Okay.
But I
'cause
should. Oh, yeah.
We should be getting paid for
I even know a guy at
the naming convention. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Yeah. If you want your sampler box, which includes licorice lick licks or whatever, I don't know.
That's false advertising. You can't just make things up like that.
Mula macaroni?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You can go to naturebox.com/inside, naturebox.com/inside, and they advise that you should stay full, stay strong, and then do what we do and start snacking smarter.
I'm actually really hungry.
I know.
This isn't helping.
we're
All
getting
I had was
lightheaded.
breakfast today.
James was trying to order room service because we're in a hotel right now because we're in San Francisco for the AFK shoot.
Yeah.
And we're out here doing stuff.
And Adam's credit card is the credit card that's attached to the
Yep.
room, so.
Why didn't you leave and get
service.
food?
What? Because you said that we were going to do the podcast.
At 5?
And that's what
Yeah,
we're
I
doing.
know. I had 20 minutes. I didn't have time to go downstairs and come back up.
So thank you, NatureBox, for your support of the Inside Gaming Podcast.
Much appreciated.
Moving on, Destiny's out.
Yes, it is. Sound more excited, would you?
You guys
please?
like it?
Why are you so
You
tired?
like it too.
I'm bored of it by now.
No, you're not. You've been
No.
playing it all afternoon.
That's only because he's played the first 10 minutes
Over
18
and
times.
over and over again.
I don't think that's their fault.
So this is one
That's
of the
your
first.
fault.
So I've been traveling since being at Machinima for about 7 years. Like I've always traveled for events, always done stuff. This is the first time I've ever brought a console with me on the road so that I could play a game. Destiny is the first game I've ever done this for, and I don't know if it's just because the PS4 is like so slim and I can just take it with me.
That's slim.
This whole
it-
podcast is a commercial.
Yes, well, shut up.
For everything. The
For
PS4.
Adam being
Adam,
a
what
sad
shoes are you
person.
wearing right now? Oh,
I'm
yeah.
I just got out of the shower. So,
Way to ruin a
regardless-
joke, Adam.
well, regardless, it's the I've traveled with the Wii U once, so actually I take that back.
Wii U's actually
when I did the Gauntlet, I was
stupidly portable.
Well, yeah, exactly. So I could play it in bed. But this is the first time like a new release came out, and I was just like so excited I have to play it. So that should say something about
You were
Destiny.
met with some
That-
criticism at the airport, I remember.
What?
Someone
Oh,
someone
God.
criticized you about bringing the
PlayStation
console with you.
No, I think you guys.
That
did.
was
Oh,
me.
it was me.
It was us.
Yeah,
No,
it was us.
It was
a
definitely
yeah, it was
me.
us.
We were complaining.
I've been ridiculed plenty, and that's fine.
When my bag went through the scanner, they were like, "Oh, we got a laptop," and I was like, "It's a tablet. We got a laptop here. We got to put it back there. It's a
Yeah.
tablet."
And
I
I'm
pulled
just
it out.
standing
Oh, it's a
there
tablet.
waiting for Lawrence to get through the line.
It's like, well, we got to put it through again. All right.
Anyway, so Destiny, what's the verdict right now? Is that they're still not being reviewed, so we don't know what to think. We haven't been
Yeah.
told by Metacritic
Well, so-
what we should feel.
So I think we should pose the question basically to our audience: should they buy Destiny? Should they buy Destiny? And I don't know if any one of us will say no to that question.
I don't know the answer yet.
Really?
I mean, honestly, I've only played as much as everyone has played, and it's fun.
Yes.
But I
True.
haven't gotten to experience those oh shit,
Yeah.
like I can't believe we will all work together to do that kind of moments.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because
actually-
nobody's played together yet.
yeah, we have
I
not
know.
played co-op yet.
That's not true. Adam and I played together for about 30
You pushed them off a
seconds.
cliff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
That's together.
I was level 6 and you're level 2 and you're on the moon. You had no business being
I
there.
followed him off the cliff. We were together.
So
That's only because I thought he wasn't dead.
it was late, so I was on the phone with my wife saying goodnight, and I see Lawrence in the background just pushing me off a cliff.
Lawrence like, come on, Adam, let's play.
Asshole. Regardless, though, I'm just playing it by myself. I'm having a really good time. It's a lot of fun.
But I think James is correct. I think the most fun will come with Destiny when we can all get together and play
Yep.
on whichever system we chose
We
to play
each
on.
get our own
All
hotel room.
4 of
Our own
us.
hotel room.
We all bring our PlayStation 4s or whatever's, and
Yeah.
then we'll play.
There's a looming issue of logistics with this scenario, and that one of us will be left alone,
No.
crying.
Why?
Oh, you mean for the fire team?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I
3-person party.
think Bruce is the most busy out of all of us, so
Yeah,
he'll
so
probably be like, go on without me.
You can go on without me. That's fine.
See,
Poor
he's
Bruce.
already given up.
But then the what is it? The strike teams, or the strikes, or the raids, or whatever it is. Those require
Community
6,
events.
right? Well,
I
no,
think that's what he's talking about, because when we do the 6, there's always going to be one man out, right? I mean, regardless of what we do, because like it's going to be like us 4, and then Ricky, and then like 2 more people. And
Well,
then,
yeah, I mean, obviously there's a ton of people, but the 4 of us
Yeah.
can still play.
Here's
4 of us can play on a strike on a raid, but not on a fire
I still
team.
don't understand it.
I'm-
Right now, I'm just going by myself and ignoring people.
I'm really concerned about, because MMOs, when you hit level cap, there's always a problem where like you need good gear to do certain raids. Like typically there's just a gear check in every raid, and if you don't have the right equipment, you cannot win.
Correct.
So what I'm worried about with Destiny is like, this remains to be seen, but I'm really worried that the same social dynamic is going to happen where it's like, well, if you want to play with your buddies, you got to grind this shit out and get your sparkle pants so you can.
I'm worried about that too. That's
Yeah.
always been my problem with these sorts of games. That like, if for example, you guys just said like you'll all play together and I won't have time, so then I jump on and everyone's like 15 levels higher than me. And I'm just like,
got to carry Bruce around, little baby
All
Bruce.
That is the thing too. We really don't have time, a lot of free time to play more than one game. So it's like it's a really gonna be a tough choice. And it's like, with one game I'm gonna play for the next 3 months, so I can level up and play with my friends. It's probably gonna be this.
yeah, it's gonna be this.
Sorry, Diablo.
What scares me is I'm worried that I'm gonna max out my character so fast that I get bored with whatever happens afterwards. You know, because they basically have like each character has like whatever class you choose has their special skill, and then it has their special kill can get upgraded and then upgraded
skill tree.
again or whatever. And for me, and you guys know this, I'm a big super move kind of person. I don't care what a game is as long as it has big super moves in it. And so it's the kind of thing where it's like, oh, well, Borderlands 2, like you have your special skill, but then if you can get to the bottom of that thing, it's going to be insane. You're going to drop a nuke. And it's like, and I was really hoping that
I saw you cruising the skill tree.
Yeah.
when you get to
I
the
was
bottom of the
excited
skill
about it.
tree, it'll feel that way. And I don't know that it will.
It
I
feels
think
pretty
that's a
powerful
balancing
from the start.
thing.
Every class is like overcharge, supercharge, whatever it's called. Feels pretty overpowered. Like you feel like a golden god for 30 seconds.
Well, especially if you do the golden
People
god one.
they've already maxed out levels in
Exactly.
this game, so like they've only been playing.
Are you
a
serious?
Day. Yes.
God fucking
So they've
Yeah,
only been
people
playing
are
a day.
maxing out.
Internet.
And I'm sure, obviously,
Back off.
I'm sure Bungie, figured this out a long time ago. About
Yeah.
they weren't like, oh no, what are we gonna do if somebody max levels in a day? No,
Absolutely.
I'm sure they have plenty of content.
I think
for
they
you.
actually designed the game around max level.
right.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
there are
that's-
a lot of the post game stuff because the guys at Bungie are real big like MMO nerds.
yeah.
And
yeah.
so they're kind of like looking forward to that sort of stuff. Like to them, what I keep getting the names mixed up, but like the strike missions or whatever,
the raids.
the 6-man
Yeah, the
raids or
6-man
whatever.
raids,
Like
yeah.
they keep saying they're like that's where the fun's at. Like you're gonna have a great time if you get 5 of your friends.
Right.
This really strange number.
Well,
But apparently they're like really challenging and a lot of fun. And people have been already saying in like forums and subreddits are like, even if it says suggested level, you should probably be a couple levels higher for some of these things.
Guys, you don't understand. I need super moves.
You'll get a super
They're
move.
not dropping nukes.
They're-
I don't care.
You'll get a super move. You just gotta. Oh, hello. Hey, it's Patrick.
you guys are responding to the
Oh.
thing. You said you weren't supposed to.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't acknowledge this.
This isn't happening in the actual.
So
capture.
viewers, what you're seeing now is just separate cap. Adam's playing Destiny because he can't stop.
He literally cannot stop playing.
But yeah, we got capture of Forza Horizon 2, so you're seeing cars drive around right now. Later you'll see more capture of Destiny just because it's fun to look at videos.
Sure. One of the things worth noting, I was actually kind of confused. So like right now we're playing, you can't see because it's separate cap, but like we're at a hotel and we're on the hotel Wi-Fi, and I just randomly ran into a friend of mine, Patrick, who's produced Inside Gaming. He's standing around here, and like that's a really cool feature because it's always online. We were talking about this today. Really kind of confused that no one was really mad that Destiny's online only.
That's true. It's because Destiny, we like it. So it's okay.
We were discussing how when you like something, it
doesn't matter.
When it's
Well,
it's cool, then it doesn't matter.
But everyone was losing their shit over Diablo and Diablo 3.
well, it's
and-
because
but-
Diablo was broken.
Diablo
from the-
had
Well,
colors.
oh, no,
so
I'm
fuck
saying
them.
before it was announced, I was like when it was announced, people were like, holy shit, Diablo 3 is going to be the best game in the world, I can't wait. And then it was like, well, it's online only, and people were getting really upset.
I actually thought back though with this. There was an interview a long time ago about Destiny, and they had said, yeah, you're going to need basically an always online connection to play the game.
Right.
And there was like one day of and then after that was fine.
That's so
Yeah, yeah.
weird,
So-
though, that Destiny gets a pass and everything else
Well,
is demonized.
Titanfall wasn't really demonized.
Yeah, that's true. And that
actually a very
requires.
good point.
I mean, I think-
but that's
I think-
everyone knew that was an
Okay.
all multiplayer game.
Here, that's the thing though. They've done a good job of selling this as a persistent multiplayer game, whereas
Sure.
something like SimCity, like
should never have been.
it doesn't need. It's
always
not.
online.
It,
Yeah.
You're generally going to be playing by yourself.
I guess, okay, yeah, so the Diablo thing actually makes more sense because it was like, well, what if I just want to play by myself? And they were talking about, duping items and all that stuff and how that's bad and
Yeah.
all those things. And to Lawrence's point, which he was saying is like, well, maybe it's the same thing with Destiny. They don't want you duping items and cheating. Though it's a console, I don't know how much cheating is going to be going on yet on next gen, probably the previous gen.
Well, it's usually glitches. Like it's not actually like cracking the game open. It's figuring out, okay, if I drop this item, but then switch it to this tab right at the right time, it duplicates the item, and then you basically break the end game, which is the issue. I guarantee you, once you get to max level, there will be some kind of grind with multiple currencies, and you have to do your daily quests to get, I don't know, medals that are gold instead
Space
of silver.
pants.
Yeah.
I think it's funny how we're trying to rationalize why this game is always online when I know why it's always online. It's because Bungie wants all the data on all the players
Yeah.
all the time.
There you go.
And they want to be able to monitor everybody that's playing at all times, which is totally fine with me.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
mind that. There are a lot of people that do mind that, but I don't care. I mean, at this point, I bought into their product. I need an online connection to play with my friends, so fuck it.
Yeah.
Like take my data. I don't care.
Well, they also essentially created the first, I'm thinking it's going to be the most successful console MMO, which is not an MMO. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
right,
Like,
exactly.
they basically they dumbed it down enough, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, in
Yeah,
a
no.
disparaging way, that like this is essentially an MMO, but they cut out all the crap that you need a PC for, and that's actually kind of nice. I like it. Like they took out all the long walks
Yeah, I know, right?
and the complicated crafting, or I guess not
Well-
complicated, the deep crafting systems.
Or like the
and-
auction houses and all of that.
yeah,
bullshit.
they kind of kept in what's fun, and I think it's like they did what no one else has done, and a lot of people have been trying to do. And you've seen bits of it with like Borderlands and stuff like that. And this is, I think, it's going to be. It remains to be seen what's going to happen with DLC and like microtransactions and stuff. But
That's what I was just thinking. I'm worried about like patching because that's one thing that MMOs would always do. They're just constantly patching. So I'm wondering if they're going to be able to not have to patch this once a day or something. Hopefully they won't because that was always an issue. Is they're always pushing huge patches to MMOs.
it'd be interesting.
So I don't know. We'll see.
I just hope the raids are really hard. Like that could be how this game has a valid life cycle, extended life cycle. Most MMOs, like, the raids are not very hard once you memorize the attack rotations and everybody knows what they're supposed to do and where they're supposed to stand and you have the right gear. But some more modern MMOs have been comfortable getting like just really tough. So all the players have to actually be good at playing their class and reacting at the right time and using the right skills. So I'm curious to see how that'll work with something like Destiny, considering you only have 2, maybe 3 skills.
Right.
So there's not a whole lot of depth there, and it's not like the stat system is super deep. So maybe it'll just be like a really hard Halo fight, which I'm totally fine with.
That's fine. I mean, I was actually surprised that people were playing Borderlands and Borderlands 2 for years after they had come out.
I was too.
Yeah.
So the fact that those games lasted for so long, I wonder what they're gonna do with Destiny when they plan to support it for 10 years.
One thing I keep forgetting about this game is that it doesn't require a monthly fee, which means in 1 year or 2 years they're going to release a Destiny 2.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to play Destiny 2 and then Destiny 3 and so forth. Like it's going to be, as we know, Activision loves franchises, so it's going to be a franchise.
Well, I think they have 3 games at least from what they've said. So, and who knows what that's going to be like? Maybe it is just an expansion pack. It's like
Right,
Yeah, it's
like
exactly.
Destiny
Well,
and Lords of
$60 expansion.
Yeah, well,
Exactly.
just
Exactly.
like World of Warcraft is like Lords of the Bones or whatever the hell.
Panda Island.
Yeah, but see, Blizzard did it right, where they have made everybody pay $15 a month plus their
Yeah.
$30 or $40 expansion. That's total bullshit. At least with this, they're not charging you monthly. So like you don't mind paying for a DLC every 3 months. It's $20 or something.
Right.
Like that's not so bad.
Well, I think if, like, depending on how they sell season passes, it'll probably be roughly equivalent. It's like if they sell 2 season passes a year, each for $30.
They haven't announced anything yet. I mean, typically
there's a season pass for Destiny.
there is. Well, never mind.
They've announced the
Oh.
first two expansions.
How much are they a piece? Do you know?
I think the season pass is $30, and if you buy them individually, it's $40. I think. Let me check on that.
$1
Either way.
million
Well,
each.
I actually
Wow.
wasn't aware that they were going to do any kind of DLC or expansion pack. So.
Yeah, you can already buy it.
Like I said, they got to make up this money somehow in terms of their monthly fees. I'm sure they're maintaining servers.
Because Activision dumped $500 million into this thing.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, they're going to make it back.
Oh no, for sure. And so All right, well then James doesn't know whether or not they should buy it. Adam, what do you think? You think the audience should buy Destiny?
A season? Well, yeah. No.
The game.
Well, yes, of course.
Okay.
I always preface this by saying, if you're only into car games and you hate games with guns in it, no, this isn't going to change your mind. But yeah, it's like if you like Halo, you like Borderlands, you like Diablo, you like fun games, yeah, check it out. You're going to like it.
I think it's.
At least borrow a friend's copy and see if you get addicted. I mean, also you had a chance to play the beta and the alpha.
Yeah.
So if you haven't checked it out yet, I mean, maybe it's not for you. But this is my honest opinion. It's like I'm having a lot of fun with the game.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of fun with the beta, and it's like very addicting. And my fear is that I'm going to be playing it too much, actually. And Master Chief Collection is coming out, and Dragon Age is coming out.
Mr. Chief.
Yeah. So
Mr. Chief?
Mr. Chief.
Can't wait for Mr. Chief.
Mr. Chef.
He's so cool.
I really hate you guys.
So yeah, the expansion pass, as they call it. Oh no, wait, what's it called? Expedition pass.
Stop looking stuff up while we're doing it.
$35.
It's going to throw you off.
No, I'm looking up.
$35
the pricing.
for the whole season pass?
No.
Yeah, it has 2
Blow 'em
expansions
up.
in it. And I'm assuming they're $20 individually.
That makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
So save $5.
Well, I guess it remains to be seen when they're going to announce those things. Anyway, well, their final verdict. Destiny is the greatest game of all time.
Blammo.
And
Lawrence,
you,
you think
you and
people
your
should-
sister should buy it.
Lawrence, you think people should buy it?
I think that it's a game that's going to work for almost every gamer. I can't remember who said it, but if you're super into racing games, you're
You're going to love Destiny.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna
This is
I'm gonna
the game
paint a
for
very
you.
broad stereotype here, but if you're into some like weird niche, and racing is not a weird niche, but if you don't like shooters, if you've aged out of shooters, odds are you have enough like money and not enough free time that you can say no to Destiny and feel good about that.
Sure.
Like you just have enough going on in your life. But if you're, I would say beneath the age of 30, anything in Destiny is done really well, and it will entertain you.
I actually wish Joel were here because Joel doesn't typically play shooters,
Right.
and we've been actually telling Joel, you really should try Destiny because it's like he loves MMOs, he loves League of Legends, he loves those sorts of games, and I think he'll really like the leveling system in this game, and that'll actually get him hooked. Even I don't know how good of a first-person shooter player you have to be to play this game.
I don't think you have to. I
Depending
mean,
on the class you
Borderlands, you didn't have to be that good.
Right.
Yeah, I say you have to be somewhat competent. And,
Sure,
And
sure.
the better you are at shooting stuff, like I actually feel like this is a game that rewards people who are skillful players,
does, yeah.
which I
Of
course.
really like.
Yeah.
I played a few on hard, and you kind of have to get headshots to do any amount of damage on some of the captains and stuff. That go out. And which is cool. I actually really like that. I like that there is a skill element to it. A lot of, like I was saying before, a lot of MMOs is get your numbers high enough and then just like hammer out your rotation and you win. Whereas Destiny, just playing on hard, you actually need some skill. And the AI is actually pretty fun to play against. I would do some stuff where I'd shoot at them, I'd go around behind, and they'd still be looking at where they thought I was, and I could blindside them from the side, get some shots in, and then retreat and let my shields recharge. So, yeah, there's definitely a skill involved with it, which makes me hopeful about the end game.
Okay.
Oh, you don't want to play?
No, he offered it to me and I
So
declined.
yeah, once again we're we're here in our hotel room playing. And I was like, hey James, you want to play? Realizing I'm on my account, not
Yeah.
his, and he's like, I don't want to level your character.
Yeah.
Screw you.
Earn me cards.
Yeah, the emotional attachment. Whatever. I sat in a Chipotle today redeeming codes off of that NeoGAF
Oh, yeah,
thread
that's right.
for digital playing cards or whatever, so I have something to read on the toilet. Bruce is putting his head down in shame, but whatever. I'm proud of myself.
Oh my gosh. Nobody can even pronounce Grimoire cards or whatever.
Grimoire. I don't even know if that's how you
Grimoire
say
cards.
it. Grimoire.
It could be Grimoire cards.
Either way, what we're seeing is
I'm gonna look it up.
We're seeing the perfect blending of the Joel nerds and the Bruce nerds, and they're
Yeah.
meeting somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
You got the Star Wars geeks and the Lord of the Ring geeks meeting perfectly in the middle of the battlefield.
That's what Destiny was trying to do. I think that was always their goal because they kept describing it that way, and I was always like, no way are they gonna nail it, and they fucking nailed it. Like I think in terms of the environments and the characters and the shooting and it's just like everything is unbelievable. The speeder bikes are so cool.
It really is. It's funny because it's everything.
It's exactly like
And they always say like, if you make a game for everyone, you end up pleasing nobody, and that sort of thing. And they actually I think they pulled enough things to make it unique and make it its own.
It's strange because I've used this analogy before, generally for like TV or movies. But someone basically makes a big dry erase board and they put all these words on it in circles,
Right.
and then those circles lead to the other circles and everything like that. And then generally the movie's shit.
Yeah,
But in this case, it looks like they actually kind of got all those circles to
Yeah.
touch each other.
Well, that's what I don't know if that was their development process for Halo, when they were making Halo.
Yeah.
But when you played Halo, you sort of got the feeling that they were pulling
Kinda
from a
was.
bunch of different.
Well, of course, it's like half
universes.
aliens.
Yeah, it was aliens with RoboCop.
And they, but
Which
they,
is awesome.
But they nailed it.
Yeah,
But
they did.
They nailed it, and that was one of those things that I took for granted when I played it back in 2001. So and now that I can look at this with different eyes, I'm like, wow, like Bungie, they're geniuses. Like they really know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, regardless, we live in a world where Halo and Destiny can exist side by side. I'm very happy.
Yeah.
So, listeners, if any of our references to movies such as Aliens has gone over your head, you might be interested in a service called Hulu Plus.
Which is segues.
It's sponsoring the Inside Gaming Podcast. It's to trick our viewers so they don't know that they're listening to ads. So we get rich.
Rich.
We get rich off their.
You know, we don't get rich. off
Yeah,
it.
we do.
You're aware of
Every
that?
time we trick them, we get money.
I think
We don't
the
get any
better
cash
I
from
think
this.
the better explanation is that we only do ads for things that we actually
Yeah.
like
Endorse.
or would
Yes.
want to use.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, I don't know if Aliens is on Hulu Plus.
What about RoboCop?
Good
also
segue.
not sure.
Good segue, Lawrence.
I could look it up, but
No, please don't.
let me tell you some things that I do know are on.
Yeah, please talk about Hulu Plus.
South Park,
Oh, that's good.
Pokemon,
Yeah.
Also good.
Naruto Shippuden.
Okay.
So
Sure.
you could do some studying up on that.
I don't really want to do any studying on that.
Fairy Tale, and all of Doctor Who.
All of it? Like
you go,
all
James.
of it? Like all 48 years of
There
it
you
or
go,
whatever?
James.
So
Get on it.
They said all of it. I don't
I'll
know.
go watch Fairy Tale.
I don't know if they mean all of the good Doctor Who or all of like all Doctor Who, but at any rate, even if you want to start with the new run of Doctor Who, which almost everyone will tell you is what you should do, and actually I've been meaning to watch Doctor Who. It's man, I've fought it for a long time, but I think it's just
Uh-oh, it's time.
it's too much in my DNA. I
In
should
your
just-
DNA? What are
boy.
you talking about?
Okay, I think it's just the new run because season 1, episode 1 doesn't look like it
The
was shot
Stephen
in the 60s.
Moffat. Stephen Moffat.
Yeah.
Newer stuff.
Yeah.
The good stuff everyone tells you.
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
watch.
because everybody
Exactly.
says don't watch the really old shit.
Like when comic book guy.
Yeah.
This
had all the-
wheelbarrow full of tacos.
Yeah, time for the Doctor Who marathon. Not those ones.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, don't be like that guy. Be like a cool guy who
Like-
goes to huluplus.com/inside to get a 2-week free trial.
Oh.
That's one more week than you usually get. So our friends at Hulu Plus are hooking you up with 7 days of access to shows like Doctor Who. And if that sounds like a good deal to you, please use our URL, which is huluplus.com/inside. huluplus.com/INSIDE for your 2-week free trial. Thank you, Hulu Plus.
think-
And thank you, Doctor Who.
I think I'm gonna do. I actually think I'm gonna do that because
I am too.
I haven't
It's-
jumped on the Hulu bandwagon yet, and I probably should.
Yeah,
At this point, I probably should.
same here. Yeah, it's so cheap, to be honest.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
I've had meals where I've ordered a side and didn't eat it, and that side was more than a month of Hulu.
Yeah.
So it's like I can't even justify it anymore. I've ordered drinks that cost more than a month of Hulu Plus.
Oh yeah.
And you order lots of drinks.
I'm a sad man.
We're only here for a couple days, and Lawrence is already like, I'm gonna go to the bar.
There's a
across the
tiki
street."
room.
It's a tiki bar.
I would
Adam.
I would go to the tiki
That is
bar.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lawrence. on that.
I'm gonna
Fuck,
stay in
yes.
my hotel room and play Destiny like a sad person.
Both
I'm gonna
are
take my
hold
PS4
on.
to the tiki bar.
Both are sad.
One is more
One is
sad.
just slightly more sad than the other.
Ever so slightly. But imagine you got. See, this is how charmed your life could. Ooh,
Nice.
This is how charmed your life could be, Adam. Imagine you drank a nice fruity cocktail that had about 12 party umbrellas in it,
Uh-huh.
and drank that and felt good and saw like a bunch of palm trees inside.
Right.
Yeah.
And then walked across the street,
Yeah.
slightly tipsy and warm.
Yeah.
Went up
To
went
another
upstairs
tiki bar.
To another tiki bar.
Oh man, that'd be awesome.
Had another cocktail,
What's wrong with you?
and then you got on your speeder bike and drove around the moon.
Lawrence is an alcoholic. Is what we're
I
going
agree.
down to at this point.
Functional.
Listen,
A functional outfit.
we went to
Thank
a
you.
restaurant last night where there was swing dancing upstairs.
It was awesome.
And the whole thing was a set from Indiana Jones.
Uh-huh.
And so imagine what they have at a tiki bar. It's probably
Far
you
less.
probably go through a door, get on a plane, and the plane flies you to Hawaii.
No.
Adam's really good at improv.
No,
Anyway,
I'm not.
So there. No. It's a good thing we're on the moon. We're not on the moon.
They can't tell. They're not watching that.
I know.
I think the gameplay cap I'm gonna get is on the moon because we found a space sword today.
Oh, boy.
A space sword.
I'm really-
Sword.
You saw the space sword, James.
I
Don't-
thought
Stop denouncing
You
it.
flung
He's
it
not- he's
with
not-
great might.
Yeah, he's not denouncing. He's just
mean-
saying it's nerdy.
After I get my scorpion bowl with at the tiki bar or whatever, I'm probably gonna go up to my room and cap, and I haven't found the space sword yet, so I'm probably gonna get cap of that because that sounds nerdy as hell.
Whatever, we're gonna play co-op and it'll be great.
All right, next thing, we got a really interesting comment comment on our subreddit from Sal Brothers. He says, I have a topic for you guys. Since you probably already heard PewDiePie turned off his comments on YouTube, and Cinnamon Toast Ken is thinking about doing the same. We actually did a daily about, PewDiePie turning that off. So
Yeah.
he said, so I was thinking maybe talk about that. Thank you, Bruce.
Oh my God.
Always punctuating my point with a
That's an
blast of
exclamation point.
That means it's serious. It also kind of smells terrible. So.
Oh
There are
my
innocent
God.
people
Just
here.
keep your butt against the
Clench it.
chair.
It smells
and
really
won't
bad.
get
I can
out.
already smell it.
It's like putting a cup over.
Let's move on.
Yep.
Guys, I'm sorry.
He continues. So I was thinking maybe talk about that or how the IG staff copes with haters and spam comments, self-advertising comments, etc. Do you guys think it's a good idea turning off the comments section? I'm just curious what you guys have to say about this.
No, I think it's a terrible idea to turn off comments. I think comments are an integral part of YouTube.
I see it on both sides.
Well, no, I see it on both sides, but I still think it's a bad idea.
I think if you're PewDiePie, you can get away with it.
Boy,
Stop farting.
that's how
Holy
that's how
man.
angry
This is how
Bruce is.
this is how Bruce wins arguments. He just farts.
I just fart, yeah.
And he never breaks eye contact either.
No, I just stare at you.
We were at the airport yesterday, and I sat down, and it just smells horrible.
It smells like death.
It was death, and I was like, Bruce, what the fuck? And he's like, well, I did that a while ago. And so I'm like, well, and it smelled really bad. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get up. I went and got like a water and some candy. I'm like, okay, so hopefully the smell will go away. And then I come back, as soon as I sit down, he farts again. Bastard.
No, I think it's a terrible idea to turn off comments. I think that yes, there are tons and tons and tons of people that are just spammers and haters and blah, 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 blah. But there are occasionally some good arguments you can have with people in the comments, which is what we do all the time.
Mostly,
You are arguing with people on Reddit and YouTube
Reddit.
and all sorts of.
Reddit
No, but
is
he
different.
argues with everybody just like I do.
Oh yeah, Adam
true.
does.
well, the thing is, like, I will argue. Well, it's usually maybe a two-step process where it's some kid saying, "You guys are stupid and gay," and I go, "Actually, we're not." And then he's like, "Oh shit!" And then people jump in and they all thumbs up and they're like, "Yeah, Adam's right. That's great."
But sometimes
Bruce gets into like 2-week battles.
You do that too. Absolutely don't give me that shit because you do that for sure. And also, again, I try and argue the people that are making semi-good points. Like typically, I want to make sure that they're educated about the matter, and they sometimes are. So then we have an actual argument. And usually it's like if you're like, oh, fake and gay, then no, I'm not going to argue with you because you don't have any actual reasoning.
We are also fake and gay.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. Well, I know Bruce will get into a long argument if it's something that is basically attacking our integrity. Or
Usually,
something that's like, you guys just made this up, or you guys are a piece of shit because you don't care about the news or whatever. And Bruce is like, oh, no. In fact, we care more than you think. And the kid's like, prove it. And then it's like, at the end of the day, Bruce is arguing with a 12-year-old from Mississippi.
Possibly.
And winning.
Yeah, but
I'm absolutely not arguing with a 12-year-old in Mississippi either because I know these are people that can put like long sentences and paragraphs and thoughts together. So it's not a 12-year-old from Mississippi.
Jeez, don't.
Mississippi education system.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be
I
terrible.
just picked a random location. Regardless,
Sorry, everybody in Mississippi.
No, I
I
said
agree.
12-year-old. The point there is 12-year-old.
I was saying, guys like PewDiePie, it doesn't matter. They can turn it off because whether we have to kind of defend ourselves.
Yeah, because
a
we're
lot
news,
of times,
right?
and we're a smaller channel. We're not that big, and PewDiePie is like, whether he's wrong or right, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter,
He will always have people who just love him, like unconditionally. He has unconditional love, and we don't.
No, we
Must
certainly
feel
don't.
nice.
Well, not in the not in the capacity that he has.
For me, it's the kind of thing where I understand where he's coming from because I don't get excited to look at YouTube comments.
Right. Yeah, neither do I.
I never get excited to look at YouTube comments, and that's sad because I don't think there ever was a time when I did, but it's still like there's so many people that have so much to say, and most of it is just really mean or not adding to anything, or there's people attacking each other in the comments because of something that was offhandedly mentioned in one of our videos that isn't even the topic of discussion.
They were very upset about Gamergate, and actually there were a lot of intelligent comments that were mad at us about Gamergate. And so I wanted to try. I actually wasn't able to get in there and talk to
Typically,
a lot
it's
of the
just
people there.
it's always like people are like, hey, what you guys said was very insightful and very good, and then Joel jumps in and says something really stupid, and then ruins it for everybody. And even though he was being funny,
he was trying to be just
he's trying to be
sarcastic.
funny, but
He
it's
didn't
like,
do us any favors.
yeah. And then since Joel's always busy and never around to be on the podcast or anything else, he's never around to defend himself.
Yeah.
And so everyone's like, I like these guys, and then Joel just ruined everything. We're like, God damn it, Joel.
It's just the kind of thing.
Go. Number 3.
Why would you lift up your leg to fart?
I wanted to get it out sooner.
It's the kind of thing where
Up a Band-Aid.
if someone's going to say something nice to us, or about us, they generally find other ways to do it
Yeah,
than YouTube. So
Keep talking.
that is true. Oh,
No, no. Hold on. We'll get the webcam back up here in a second.
Yeah. Sorry. Keep talking.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, like I think that there are absolutely valid comments that we can have arguments about in YouTube on these videos. It's very hard to find somebody who isn't just generally angry about the topic.
Yeah.
And like wants to have. They just want to be angry. They don't necessarily want to have a debate. But I try and find the people that want to have a debate, and I'll debate them because that actually means something to me. I want to be able to talk to our fans, and that's why I don't think we would ever turn.
Well,
off.
also typically the people who you would who like your stuff don't really say anything.
No, they never say anything. Yeah.
They're silent because they're not insane.
well, they do, but they'll tweet you or
Yeah.
they'll
Oh, right.
go
Well, no, yeah,
someplace
well,
where they know that
or
you
like a
will
very,
see it.
That's the
very
thing, like-
heartfelt and honest letter on subreddit, which we actually get pretty commonly, which is just dumbfounding.
Well, listen, there's a lot of YouTube videos I like. Like I really like Robaz's channel. I like to watch all his stuff, and then or like a Rooster Teeth video. But I'm never gonna jump in the comments
Right,
and be
exactly.
like, "Hey guys, great video!" Like,
Yeah.
I gave him my view. I think that's enough. That's good, right?
No, yeah, I completely agree. I wouldn't do it either. But I think honestly, kids that are 16 to 22, 23 have a completely different experience on YouTube than we do, and I don't think that when they say something like, for example, they'll say something like on our episodes, this episode felt less energy than your other episodes, and I'm always like, hold on a minute, hold on, because I want to know why. So I write them back and I go, well, what did you think was different? And then usually if they're like you said, where they're like, never mind, hey, hi Bruce, like,
Right.
then I know they're just bullshitting. But sometimes they actually have reasons, and then I get to talk to them about those reasons and say, yeah, you're right, we were tired this day, or I actually think the exact opposite. I think that we were very high energy. Like the Mortal Kombat episode, I saw a few comments like that, and I was like, dude, like we were shouting the entire time
Yeah.
during that episode.
Well, I often see the comment where people usually say, I see this a lot, and very often it always kind of concerns me when they go, funniest video in a long time, and I'm like, well, what have we been doing wrong? Like, I always thought, like, I always hope all of our videos are funny and entertaining, and then there's like, oh man, this one's good. So it's like, so you're just watching the other ones going, nah.
Meh.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just
I mean,
like,
but we feel that way sometimes. We'll put up a video and we're like, oh my god,
Oh, this was
this
legit.
This
was
is the good one, yeah.
amazing. And it's not like we're putting up other ones that were like, all right, another lame video.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
everyone we're proud of, but there are times where we're like, oh, let's push the bar again. Like
Right,
we are very
exactly.
pleased with this.
I would say 99.9% of the stuff we put out, not to toot our own horn, but it's stuff that we like.
Yeah.
We're never going to put anything up that we don't like.
Yeah.
That just doesn't happen. There's one video I want to say that we didn't put up, and it was a Warframe gameplay we did.
There's a couple. There's been a couple that we've rejected.
What was the other one?
There were other ones.
I'm trying to think.
The only
I
one
know
off
there
the-
have been.
Oh, the only one
That
off the top of
I
my head
remember.
was the Warframe one.
I can think of a few more that I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
I got one.
I can think
Oh,
of a few
I know
more.
one.
that
Yeah, yeah.
Dragonborn?
I can actually think
I
of
got one.
2 or 3 more.
Yeah,
so.
I got one.
Oh, yeah, there's a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's so actually the difference with the Warframe one that you'll never see is just it's just Bruce and I playing co-op. You can't really tell who's who, and like it's just kind of a mess. It was before
It's not funny.
it's not funny. It's before James was involved, and it was just nothing new. It didn't add anything.
Yeah.
It was very early in the channel. It was one of the first times we just said, you know what, let's not put this up.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not very good.
There was no need.
Back to the comments though. I think
sorry.
God, Bruce's fart just hit me right in the nose.
Boom!
It's like getting punched in the face. But the thing is, it doesn't matter how I feel about them because they are part of the YouTube interface. People should be allowed to
Exactly.
do whatever they want to do
Exactly.
on our videos. And if we're so upset by it, it's really easy for us to ignore them and
Ignore
just
the
never look at
comments,
them.
right.
Unlike Bruce's fart, which is literally making my eyes water right now.
I guess because I always look at just like kind of the likes and views, and so
yeah.
I usually use that, and then the people in the comments, I'm like, well, those are the most extreme people, and I kind of like just let that be. And those are going to be the critics, and there's going to be the critics circle jerking each other off. But it's always weird when it's like one person being like, this video fucking sucked, you guys are worse than Hitler, go to hell, and it's got 10,000 thumbs up.
Upvotes,
yeah.
And then there's like 3 downvotes in the comments. I'm like, what the fuck? What happened? Like,
Yeah, he didn't even bother.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just Google Plus is weird because it's like you always try to downvote somebody.
It doesn't
or
work.
thumbs down just doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work at
They're
all.
like, well, what the?
Only upvotes work, it seems.
It's strange. Google's weird.
One of the things that I find fascinating about YouTube comments is that people will tell you their reactions, and they'll tell you why they reacted a certain way. Like, I hated this because blank.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times, the reason they say that they didn't like something is not actually why they didn't like it. So there's a little bit of reading between the lines that I do when I look at YouTube comments. When people are like, oh, this episode was boring, or like you said, low energy. It's like, it wasn't actually low energy. So what did you not like
so,
about it?
well, yeah, exactly.
Trying to
There's
zero
something
in on
else.
Oh,
right.
what you meant to say was that your mom hits you.
Yeah.
So maybe that's it.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry, mom hits you.
Oh
damn it.
my God.
Well,
I'm sorry,
to Bruce's
bad
point,
gas.
to the God, it's always bad gas.
That's true.
To Bruce's point that keeps coming out of his asshole. I think actually the thing PewDiePie is doing, what he's not, it might eventually come and bite him in the ass, is that comments, while it is 90% sludge and crap in his channel, there is always something to be said. Like, you can sift through it and find some constructive criticism.
Always.
And if you start to just censor your audience,
That never works for anybody.
No,
throughout history, that has not worked. So
Yeah.
like that's one of those things.
Censorship just doesn't work. So don't do it. Like that's the sort of thing. So it might end up coming to bite in the ass. And that, from our perspective, we'll never disable comments. We'll never do anything that allows us to interact with the fans. That's one of the reasons why we love YouTube so much, and just like online video. Just the fact that we have that level of interaction that television doesn't at all.
Also, he's done this before. He's turned his comments off before and then turned them back on. So he's kind of known for doing this. And he's like, this time they're gone forever.
Yeah.
And in 1 month's time, they may be on again. Who knows?
Right.
you know?
Well, I remember Total Biscuit did it, and I remember he did it as a protest, I believe, to
Google Plus, yeah.
And I remember, I remember he did that. And I was kind of like, well, Google ain't changing it. Like, and your channel will not change that. But it was also, I mean, maybe it was just a smart way of him just being like, I just want to get rid of comments and force people to go to Reddit if they really want to talk about it.
That's a good point.
And it's like, hey, it worked. And I'll take the comments. Actually, you know how we have the Inside Gaming bot that uploads our stuff on the channel. I usually look at those comments a lot closer on our subreddit. So I mean, maybe and that was Total Biscuit's plan the whole time. And I think there's actually a Chrome plugin that will make
switch
It
the
displays
comments to
Reddit comments.
instead of YouTube. Which
interesting.
and also the best plugin ever. There's the Herp Derp plugin, which makes every comment just say Herp Derp.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, I want to install that on Bruce's computer and not tell him.
You're like, man, everybody's so angry today.
And he's still arguing with them.
on?
So here's kind of a personal question. Pass it around the room.
All right.
Do I have bad gas?
Well, we already know the answer to that. When you read a comment that one-dimensionally and specifically says that you are shit, does it still kind of bum you out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It bums me
On
out.
some I'm so desensitized at this point.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, on sometimes I'm kind of like, like if they find something out, they're like, wow, Adam really fucked up that line. I'm like, yeah, I did. Like, they called me out, but they're like, Adam's a homo. I'm like, nice try.
Right. Well, it's general. I don't care. Specific, I do care, because that means they watch probably a lot, and then they see something that bothers them about me that day, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what would have bothered them that day?
Yeah.
So I'm like, so then I usually write back to them and say like, what did I do wrong today? And then then we talk through it.
Well, there's a kid I've been arguing with on Reddit for a little while. I kind of gave up just because I got busy with life. But I was just kind of scanning his comment, and I think he DM'd me. So he was basically mad that we were playing Sims 4, and he was like, "This game's broken and it's stupid. How dare you support it?" And I'm like,
What?
Hold on a minute. And then it became like I'll have to read it in like a separate video or something, where we should actually start a series where we just read comments and we argue with them in videos.
Where they can't stand up for themselves and respond in any way, so we always win.
It was sort of a thing of like, it started out as a personal attack against me, and then I made a joke about him, like, hey, you got something up your ass? And he's like, how dare you? Like, that's how you're going to end this argument, by giving personal insults? I'm like, well, first of all, this isn't an argument.
Yeah.
Because you're mad we're playing a video game that you don't like. And then he was like, how dare you pay $50 for this piece of shit? I'm like, actually, I paid $70 because I had a special edition. He's like, oh, fuck you. And I'm like, kind of get off on getting kids angry. But like, if someone's going to go through that level of engagement to get to me, then it's kind of like, okay, I'll respect you and I'll talk to you. But it's like, at some point, it's like, I think you're just arguing with me to argue.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we're going to get to any positive point from this. So that sort of stuff kind of bothers me when it's just a never-ending argument.
There's obviously something that bothers them about you. And that's kind of what I always land on. Like you said, it's like something specific said about me. I'm like, I just bothered them. And it sucks. I wish that I didn't bother them.
Yeah.
But maybe I do.
There's people that bother me, so I guess.
Right, exactly.
Just personality conflict.
Yeah,
sometimes.
well, I felt like I've always had that problem throughout high school. I always was an awkward kid and had a hard time, and it was like, I think I just had a face that people didn't like, and it wasn't until the time I was able to, I know, tell me about it. And then it wasn't until I was able to grow hair on my face that I think like people were like, oh, this is kind of a cool guy. But I felt like people always didn't like me just because they didn't like my face. And I think maybe it's my beady eyes or...
Weird.
You do have kind of a claymation face.
Yeah, and I
Like
get
it
that.
looks like your face is the face that someone would make out of clay.
But that means
are
it's,
you talking
it's
about?
like Roman. It's like you
Claymation
were chiseled.
face.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I'll
I'm
just
not
take
sure.
it.
I'm not really sure. What
It's
Good
an
looking
insult.
man,
it's an insult.
Regardless, so it's like, I guess maybe that's my psychological problem is I'm like, why don't you like me? And I'm just kind of like okay with it because I was a nerdy.
You've already had to
Organized
deal with that in your life, so you just
So
basically-
YouTube's like, fuck it, who cares?
Yeah,
said.
and that's the thing. I've always been self-deprecating and just kind of like, you know what, just deal with it. Like, if you can't laugh at yourself, you probably you probably shouldn't be interacting with people. That's the one type of person that will always bother me above all else are people who can dish insults but can't take them.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the worst people in the world, where they'll just be like, "Huh, you're fat and stupid." I'm like, "Well, you're kind of fat and stupid too." Like,
How dare you?
"How dare you?"
Well,
Like,
even if it's not insults, I think if you wanted to have a comedic outlook on anything, you might as well have it on yourself more than anything,
Right.
you know? So like we'll make jokes about any number of topics.
Sure.
And they're all just purely in jest, and it wouldn't make sense for someone to say something mean about any of us and then get really upset by it because whatever.
I guess that's actually my most confusing commenter that I always see, where they take us seriously sometimes. Like when we made the joke about Spool being a pirate and downloading games because he enjoys PC games, and like someone called us console peasants, and like, how dare you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're just joking, right?
just
Because
kidding around.
we play everything, and we're actually big PC players, so chill out.
There was someone who said the character Munt was insensitive to those with cancer because she had no hair.
Really?
We didn't, but we didn't even mean to do that.
Well, you
I-
did. So congrats on
Also,
insensitive.
being bald doesn't
I know.
when you have cancer you don't go bald. That's when you go through chemotherapy.
Yeah.
It's
Unless you have hair cancer.
there was also somebody. So I saw one dumb thing and one really awesome thing. We mentioned Crohn's disease. I think in a GTA.
Yeah.
Somebody said that's insensitive, and it's like all we did was say it out loud.
Literally, it was Bruce licking the
that's right.
the
The
pop
yeah,
filter.
the
By
pop
the way, that was another one. Everyone was like, "It's not a spit guard, it's a pop
yeah, they
filter."
got really
and I
upset
was
about
like,
it, yeah.
"We know what it is."
But
it's
there
not
was
funny if you say pop filter.
Lesson learned. Don't take anything you say seriously.
But there was another very touching moment, which actually I think
I saw as well.
highlights how awesome YouTube comments can be. Somebody wrote in and was like, actually Crohn's disease is caused by this. Somebody responded and was like, oh, I have it too. And then they had a discussion basically saying like, yeah, it really sucks. This is how long I've had it. This is what my symptoms are like. This is how
I
I'm going
farted
to deal
again,
with
by
it.
the way, just so everybody knows.
Good job,
Got
Bruce. We were having a Hallmark moment, and I'm glad you.
Go ahead. No, continue.
You wanted to
Split it in half.
Just bring us crashing
Continue.
down
I'm
to
sorry.
earth.
Go ahead. Continue. your time.
But they had just like an uninterrupted, nice civil conversation, kind of commiserated with each other, and by the end of it, one of them was like, I'm usually a cynic, but talking with you has really made me kind of rethink what I
crap.
think about YouTube comments.
Yeah.
Like, thank you.
Holy shit, that's a great.
And I was like, oh my god!
One of the comments in that thread was actually like, "It's kind of crazy how Inside Gaming brought us
Oh yeah, I saw
together
that. Yes,
or
yeah,
whatever."
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is more credit than they should be giving us, but
Way
still,
more.
it's still pretty astounding.
Yeah, well, just to kind of wrap up the whole YouTube comments thing, it's mostly crap.
True.
It does seem like it's a bunch of people screaming just so they get noticed.
Yeah.
And then when they get noticed, they have no idea what to do because they didn't think it was going to work.
Yeah.
But there's also sometimes people can have legitimate conversations and exchange interesting ideas.
And regardless, you have a right to say whatever you want to say, and you have more than a right to say it on our videos. So
Yep. So please do.
We will never disable comments because we love you.
Yeah,
part of
keep
it.
it up.
Even if you hate us, we love you.
yeah.
So take that, jerks.
I hate you so much.
Are we moving on to the next?
Is the
mid-roll?
podcast over? Oh, good.
No, the podcast is not over.
You got to suck it up for a little bit longer.
I have to keep farting.
That's
Sorry.
fine. I'll talk for hours. You know
So
that.
YouTube comments may make you cry, but other people have cried because their favorite sporting teams have not performed very well.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Oh, Lawrence.
It's
That
a
smells
good-
as bad as my fart.
Yeah, it's awful. Another one of our sponsors this week, FanDuel.com. We talked about this last week, but FanDuel is a website where you can go draft a week-to-week fantasy football league and earn
Team.
real money.
Yeah.
Team, yes, sorry. It's not a league because it's week-to-week. You can
Right.
dip in for 1 week and just call it there. But basically, you recruit your players to a specific salary cap. You earn points based on how they perform that week, and then if you do well in a given competition that you enter, you can win real money. And obviously, it scales up the more people competing, the higher the payout. But yeah, you can earn real money playing basically what amounts to an RPG. It's a lot of stats juggling. It's a lot
Exactly
of
what it is. Yeah.
it's a lot of gauging past performance. It's a lot of
It's a
thinking.
real live RPG.
It really is.
Yeah.
And we have a promotion with them as well. If you go to fanduel.com, you click on the little microphone in the upper right-hand corner and use the code GAMER, basically they will match your deposit up to $200. So, and it only works for the first 50 people. I'm assuming that we haven't used all 50 people yet because they haven't told me. I would hope that they would.
Unless they reset it, unless 50 people did
maybe
it
it's
last
50
time.
people a week?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
You could be right. I signed up for it. I haven't actually drafted a team yet because traveling and all that.
Yeah. We talked about it last week. We actually need to do this.
You guys.
Absolutely.
I will help you through it because
Please.
it's one of those things that I can probably help you get pick the right team.
I don't want to actually watch sports this year.
Honestly, it will. If you do this every week, it will invest you in football, and you don't even mean to. You're going to watch every
Yeah.
week and realize there's money on the line.
It actually makes it a lot more fun.
It's more
to
personal.
just put $5 on it. I kind of. This is going to be the nerdiest thing. Well, one of the nerdiest things I've ever said, but
Wow.
I find that hard to believe.
yeah. Frequently, when it's late at night and I'm watching StarCraft, people will throw out bets on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'll take them up, and we'll settle that via PayPal after the fact.
Really?
But just putting
It's illegal, I
$5.
think. I don't know.
Well, if it is, then I'm
Don't
totally
do
joking.
what Lawrence does.
At any rate, just putting $5 on something dumb, really gets you invested in
Yeah, it does.
Just for no other reason. It's like, yeah, I want my fucking $5.
Yeah.
Go just kill all the Marines.
Well, that's why the Super Bowl's interesting.
Exactly. So if if maybe you're a little bored with football or you want to scream as loud as your friends, FanDuel.com is a great way to do it.
Yeah.
So just a reminder, go to FanDuel.com, click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner, and use the code GAMER to get a deposit match up to $200.
Can we do this against fans?
Oh man, that's a great
Yeah,
idea.
I wonder if we
I would
can.
actually like to do that.
We have to
Take
we
all
have
their
to
money?
all get login.
Well, no, that'd be kind of cool. Like if you
Yeah.
want
Sounds like a good idea
kids, bet me.
until we're out $200.
Yeah. Until we have
That's the thing. I can win it back.
14.
You can always win it back.
You can always win it back, Adam.
Just refinance that house.
Yeah. I got a couple more mortgages going. Let's do this.
At any rate, thank you, FanDuel.com. Once again, that's FanDuel.com. Click the microphone, use the code GAMER, deposit match up to $200, but that's only for the first 50 people. So if you want to make some money, FanDuel.com is how to do it. And again, getting a job too, that might. But that's dumb.
No, that's dumb. Bet on football.
All right, moving on to there's a handful of good comments this week on some of our videos. So remember last week we had fan art of Drunkcraft, and we were confused why I was looking at an eyeball.
Yes.
A few people commented on it, but Lambienton, which is this person's username, perhaps real name, said Lawrence isn't looking nothing in the eyeball.
Okay.
In the gameplay, Lawrence was starving, so he ate a spider's eyeball and he got intoxicated.
Oh, that's
So
why.
yeah, I remember that now. I was underground.
Wow,
I was
that
like
is-
I was out of life. I ate an eyeball, got poisoned, almost died.
At that point, I don't really remember what happened. I don't think.
That
Was this during
That was
Madden?
right before
No,
Lawrence
it's Drunkcraft.
started going wild.
Yeah, it was
and trying to
drunk-
get as much
drunk
alcohol
Minecraft.
in his body as possible.
Okay.
just like any given Thursday.
Oh,
And then
thank
also
you.
also talking about me. It's kind of weird. I think I unconsciously
Nope,
screen
consciously.
comments for. Yeah. Sword Guy's channel says, "Why does the token gay guy always have to be Sir Lar?"
What?
Wait, what?
You're not the token
That's-
gay guy.
I don't think
Typically,
that-
it's me or James or Adam.
Does
for
this
that matter.
person know which one Sir Lar is?
I don't think so. They get us confused. Sometimes they think James is Justin or somebody.
Yeah.
Justin, right. Well, so now we got that settled. I'm the token gay guy.
Are you?
not
I don't think
really.
so at all.
And then on the behind the scenes, I think it was the PAX behind the scenes. Nora Slade comments, "I'd really like to know how much of the IG fan base is actually gay."
IG fan base.
Fan base.
James, you
Oh.
speculated 20%, right?
I speculated about 20%.
20%.
Yeah.
Oh, that seems. You know what? That seems right.
And I think it's because we're open to
Anything,
anyone
Oh,
being
yeah.
a part of this community is, whoever wants to be.
I honestly
more
do
than
not.
welcome to
I
be.
do not care what
Yeah,
you do
seriously.
in your personal life.
I do care. All right.
And it better be as gay as possible.
We play video games here, and we like to talk about them.
right.
And what your sexual orientation is.
Has nothing to do with it.
It has absolutely nothing to do with it. And I mean, it gets into a much deeper issue of like just a lot of things I don't care about.
Well, this isn't apathy.
It's
this
so refreshing
situation
to not
isn't
care.
apathy.
No, we're
it's
trying-
an active enjoyment of having a very diverse and open
Well,
community.
what I like about games and video games in general is just like it doesn't matter who you are, you can enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it's not for a specific gender or creed or anything like that. So it's like for someone to be like, I'm a gay gamer. It's like, well, no, you're a human being who likes video games.
You're just a gamer.
Yeah, you're a fellow human being. That's all I care about. And it's like what you do in your free time is your business. That like you shouldn't try to make yourself stand out in any sort of way. I mean, be proud of who you are.
course.
100%. Yes, please. But don't feel like you have to. I guess kind of like cast yourself out or feel like you're cast out. It's like we try to be as welcoming as possible.
yeah.
Like we
People
will
love
take
to
anyone in.
subcategorize.
If you want to watch videos with us and hang out and play games, like
Then do it.
you're the perfect person to come watch our stuff. If you are a bigot and you hate everybody, you probably won't do well here.
Yes.
On a side note, should we start an inside gaming app similar to Tinder, but it's only inside gaming fans?
It's just
Ooh.
That'd be fine.
So then you swipe right, and I think we should do
That's
that.
not a bad idea.
I like the idea that children will be born because of what we do. And then I can go to that child when I'm older and go, you only exist
Yeah, you owe me.
because
Oh.
of something I've created. And then I can tell him I can destroy you
And it'll
with
be
a time machine.
instead of it's like well, what a parent telling their kids what song was playing when they were having sex in the back seat.
They were watching inside gaming.
It's like what
Which
video? Which one was it? It was Dorsney Lorne.
And that's why we named our kid Morky Moose.
Oh, jeez.
please don't ever do that.
Yeah, that kid's going to have a horrible life. You're welcome, Tom.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say let's make a Tinder app, but the only people in it are us.
Well, I mean, actually, we're
That's
bonus.
a
pass.
We're
That's a
yeah,
pass.
we're
Pass.
bonus cards. So like, if you see Bruce, you always have to swipe right. So there's a match with everybody.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
always a match with me.
Yeah.
If you swipe left, it locks up your phone.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Swipe left.
You
your
gotta
phone
take a
is
Deleting
closed.
SIM card.
Anyway. Either
Okay.
way, we love our audience. Thank you.
And then the final community selection of the week, Nausica Gamer commented on our Sims videos saying, the Sims just look like you guys, it's amazing. I was
you.
expecting to see Billy though too. Anyone know if pets are available already, if we have to wait for an expansion?
Oh yeah, we got to adopt a pet named Billy.
Bad
do we
news,
know-
pets are not in Sims 4.
No
They
pets.
will
Oh, no
be-
pools, no pets, huh?
No.
Pools, no pets, no
Fucking
power.
dumb.
Here's
So
the thing.
stupid.
I'm glad they're not in there because we're
Why?
getting it on the ground floor. With Sims 3, we got overwhelmed with DLC
All the
immediately because we
things.
came into the game so late. We are now we're right in the beginning. So when pets come out, we'll know about it and we'll
What's
know
the word
everything
for
about
Ooh,
pets.
yeah, you're right.
Underwhelmed.
Actually, funny enough, today we did a tour of EA for the AFK shoot. Went to go check out their studio, and we saw Maxis. Like we saw where they make the Sims, and I was wearing my actor shirt. And I wanted to go up there, and I was asking Bruce, I'm like, how many of the employees who work here do you think watch our stuff? And he goes, 0.
Yeah,
Zero.
none.
Yeah, no,
I'm
they
sure
don't. They
none.
don't know who we are. But it would have been really awesome to go there and then yell at them for making such a horrible.
We
game
must
series.
have sold some copies of Sims
Oh, I'm sure we
3.
sold. No, I'm sure we have. I'm sure we sold some copies.
And for that, we're gonna go to hell because no one should play this awful series.
Yeah. Karma.
Yeah. But we like making videos out of it, and I'm actually I love the character creator. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
I,
Oh
I had a- I
Yeah,
had a
yeah,
bl-
you did an amazing job.
Yeah.
I had a blast making you guys. Like the character creator is actually really good. People made friends. They've been making Walter White. Like, I love that. That's really cool. But I hate The Sims.
Giving it to him.
It's a boring game.
Are we looking at fan art now?
We are, okay.
All right,
Let me
fan art.
Scooch forward a little bit here.
Yeah.
So first up, we've got Bruce as the Rogue Warrior.
This one's
Yep.
great.
Yep.
This one's amazing.
Bump up the brightness a smidge.
Yeah, I love this one a lot.
I don't know if you saw it. Someone tweeted at us today. They bought one of what's his name, Pachinko's.
Yeah,
Dick
Marcinko.
Marcinko?
Yeah.
Dick Pachinko's
The actual Rogue
books,
Warrior books?
and he showed us, and it refers to someone as like
A cock breath.
a cock breath
Yeah, cock breath. Yeah, it was great.
in the book.
That's so good.
It's
Yeah.
good literature. And then we've got a cute Five Nights at Freddy's drawing.
This one's real cool.
I love this. I love this one. So cool.
That video did so much better than I thought it would.
Yeah,
I can't,
same with me.
I can't believe you guys like us watching scary games because now that means we have to play more scary
Yeah.
games.
Yes, it certainly does.
Thanks.
People have actually been suggesting scary games on Reddit. So I'll have to
Yeah,
create
we gotta.
Oh, I just noticed this Bruce thing has a Flynn Lives button on the TAC Fest.
Oh, look at
Oh
that.
wow.
Wow.
He also says other things that I say
Yeah,
too.
hook, left
Hook,
jab,
left,
buddy, buddy,
left.
buddy.
Lady penis. That's awesome.
Buddy, buddy, commie head.
That's great. I love it.
Piss.
Oh dear God.
And this awesome drawing of us as, or you guys as potatoes, I think.
Oh.
Cylinder
I
Men.
see. Wait, what's
Bruce is farting.
Yeah, you bet.
Adam's saying, "God damn it."
James
James
lifting weights.
He's got little bumps on his arms.
Lawrence,
Yeah.
you have money in your hand?
No, that's Joel. He's got money and a little fro.
Cancel.
He's got a stupid little mustache.
Oh, look at that nasty mustache.
Yeah.
Well done.
Joel's a gross guy, and he's got little boots with heels.
This is a nice shoe. Well, Joel's always wearing nice shoes.
He is.
How do people know what kind of shoes Joel? Is it just he puts,
Oh,
he
there's a
puts
little
himself
spool.
out?
How did I
and
not
stuff?
see
mention
that?
it.
It's
Oh.
totally not high.
Not high.
All right, and then there's
This is great.
Yes.
Skype detective.
Lawrence Ventura. Oh, God.
So that terrible face
Stop
you
getting
made.
off on yourself.
I love it.
It's really good.
It is
It's
really good,
really
actually.
good.
This is so perfect.
I love your fan art.
Now I gotta dress up like that for Halloween.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
Bruce got the greedy gremlin treatment.
I was going to say, I'm totally a pervert. But,
Yeah, boy.
but
Have
the
you
art
seen
is
this
amazing.
man? Please call your local police
Yeah,
officer.
the art is amazing, but I look like a pervert. So that's great.
Ugh. Yeah, that's not a good leer.
I was,
the camera.
I was actually really excited to get this art because I was like, oh man, I can't wait till he draws me.
Yeah.
And then he drew me. He was like, oh, well, can't put that up
is
in the.
me. Damn it.
Nope, can't put it up.
Can't put it on my business card. All right,
Get in my van, that face says.
and then it's time for Inside Gaming Literature. Reddit user Basic Ho posted Inside Gaming fan fiction, and I will now read a selection of that. Adam stood up and James lowered himself down, pulling
boy.
down the boxers as he went.
Oh.
Oh fuck! Adam moaned as he
Oh.
slid his member into James's mouth.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
it goes right from that. All right, whatever.
This is in the middle of the story.
Pacing, people.
He's a rookie.
Pacing.
I skipped this. No. There's
There's
plenty of words
exposition.
before this. I
Oh,
skipped
okay.
all of
This
it.
is-
Keep going.
fun.
I'm
Okay.
fairly hard.
And began pushing back and forth. James took it out of his mouth and started pulsating his hands around it, causing Adam to moan as he did so.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
James felt his cock harden, which Adam noticed.
Oh.
He pulled off his boxers and Adam got down on his knees, placing James's member in his hands, moving them back and forth slowly at first, but speeding up.
I hate that word member.
No, member's good.
James lay down on his front, allowing Adam to enter him with his fingers and tongue.
Oh my
Wait,
gosh.
at the same. Okay, all right.
Keep going.
Eventually, Adam pushed his member inside James, causing him to moan in both pain and
No.
pleasure.
No.
Mostly pain.
So, if you would like to continue your sensual descent into James's anus.
That's from the fan fiction.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's
Near-
weird
near
because
the end.
we're sharing a room in this hotel. So I thought they just had a camera.
Here's what I was doing. That was the Google Doc fan fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I was doing was I was going into it and I was just sitting in it because it showed you as an anonymous to see how many people were in it at any given time. It was really funny. I'd just be sitting there watching and then like 3 people come in, 1 leaves. 2 people come in, 2 leave. Like I'd just be watching it.
Seeing what the turnover is. Who
So-
spends more than 5 minutes?
So in short, James wrote that.
I also got. I was reading it, but I read like a page and a half, and there was nothing. There was no sex happening.
Yeah,
I was
he's
like,
got
"It's just a story about Adam being frustrated with work."
Well, it's exposition.
He's got to build it all up.
I know. I
like
never actually got to the sex.
This ain't Brazzers, it's Cinemax, baby. All right. And then Massimiliano or 5,
Oh yeah, month.
our Munt drawing.
So cool.
It's a Joker
That
face.
looks like a man.
It's the Joker
Yeah.
plus the mask. She looks like.
Yeah.
the
oh,
right.
the mask. There we go. Yeah.
That brow is very powerful. Then we got another movie poster,
So cool.
I think, from Gary Bird.
Whoa, I haven't seen this one yet.
Looks like a movie no one will go and see.
I was gonna tell you, we need to make a movie that no one's gonna watch.
Well, that's it. That's the movie poster.
Five
5
stars.
stars.
To promote it.
On YouTube.
5 stars.
And then I think finally, Blaine. We met him at PAX. He wanted a shirt, so we gave him a woman's medium.
Oh yeah. I forgot we did this.
Bless his
Just looking
heart.
at it makes me laugh.
Oh man. Good for him on putting that on though.
I like that
the
he's not
best part-
looking at the camera.
Well, the best part is his face. Just
Yeah.
like,
Stoic.
yeah. I hope he runs for office one day, and that picture comes up. That's the first picture that comes up when you Google image.
It's like his file photo in the
Yeah,
case
yeah.
they ever need it.
It took him 20 minutes to get into that shirt.
That's his face on the Inside Gaming Tinder app.
Yep.
All right, well, that'll do it for fan art for this week.
Yep.
You know, I don't know. Do we have enough time for Adam to talk about finger spacing?
No.
No, I think we're
absolutely
out
not.
of time.
I
Wait,
think we
do
got
we not
about 4 minutes.
Do we not have a post roll?
Well, that's not nearly enough
Post
time.
roll. No, we don't have time for.
Well, I think we have a little bit of time since there's no post roll. We
No.
can at least talk about.
No.
Well, we factored that in,
No.
and I think that's.
Sorry, finger spacing
How
is
it
coming
ends.
next week.
I can tell next week.
You can tell. Hey, how about this? You can tell them half of it.
Okay.
Or none of it.
Oh, actually, you know what? None of it.
Yeah.
None of it.
Oh.
Next, we'll save it for next week.
I think breaking it in half would be worse than just saving it for next week.
That's true. That's a good
I
point.
do want to give you a quick update. We're going to try to make the EGX video next week.
Sure.
Yeah, I think next week, actually, at least before we go. People keep asking us, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
How are you doing it? When's the fan meetup? When's this? We're going to make a video explaining everything
Yeah.
closer to when we actually go.
Yeah, boy, you guys are really excited.
I know they really
It's
want it.
happening. The question I keep getting too is, when are you and Rooster Teeth going to do a collaboration?
We don't know that yet.
We don't know.
Yeah.
It's actually up. We're trying to coordinate something with Rockstar, and that's on them.
Yeah.
So we're waiting on them. It's obviously we're trying to do it right. So when we have something, we'll announce it.
Yeah.
Right now, it's just these things take a little while, and we'd love to go out to Austin for a week and hang out with those guys, and we want to do it right. So
In the meantime, you can just do YouTube doubler. Put one of our videos and one of their videos on, and
see
just
who
have them
wins.
play on top of
The
each other.
webcam stopped.
God damn it.
Fuck.
That's okay, actually. It's all right. It's the end of the podcast.
Well, actually,
I farted.
oh boy.
I farted.
So before we go, let me do a thing that I've forgotten to do for 2 weeks and pose a community question.
All right, hold on.
So-
hold on.
And
Well, it doesn't
is this
matter.
going to be in multiple
Yeah,
chunks?
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
it is.
Oh shit, we didn't clap sync any.
Never clap synced once.
Glad
First.
the first one, but not this.
Okay.
Is
Damn it.
that dark?
I tried to do
No,
it
it's
over
because
the
the brightness is all the way down.
It's going to be real fun syncing up the mouths for that second chunk. Anyway, okay, community question. Basically, just going to flip one of the questions we asked, but community, how do you guys feel about YouTube comments? What do you use them for? Be honest, because we already kind of know what you use them for. So if you use them to get attention, that's fine. Just say that. But if you actually want to have interesting discussions, I guess my follow-up question would be, why do you go to YouTube comments and not something like the subreddit or
Right.
Twitter?
Twitter, yeah.
So yeah, just I'd actually have never heard people that comment and be on YouTube a lot talk about how they feel about YouTube comments.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be cool to hear you guys talk about what our comment environment is like. Do you think there's things we could do to improve comments on our videos? Maybe police
What are
them a
you
little
doing?
He's trying to fart.
heavier. Oh boy.
Oh.
God,
he
there's
just fired two. It's like a musket.
God, I hate you.
My stomach really hurts.
We need to call Bruce the butt musket.
Sorry. My stomach hurts.
The blunderbutt.
Beat
boy.
back in and then do it.
Well, as always, we end this on a classy note.
the podcast
Thank you
over?
for watching. It's over now.
Please God let it be.
I'm gonna just play Destiny.
My eyes are watering.
We love every single one of you. Look at my shadow.
Smells over
You guys
here.
can cut.
A lot of rumors about how it's going to be delayed because no one's seen the game, no one's talked about a bundle, and so forth.
But this is kind of their forte. This is what they do.
Of the new Turok.
Yes, yeah, that's it.
Well then, just like I would have expected. Me and Steve are dying, and the two, the girls and the family and everybody, they all went like this. What was that? It was like this dude, David, he's gorgeous. He has the most beautiful cheekbone. And he walks out of the bar. He stumbles out of the bar.
Like, this is him.
like that. And he leans against the gum wall.